Waaaaaaasha. If you're wondering how we got here, do stick around. This is Jaguar's Net Services. We'll be showing you guys all things printing and branding, from things that you see in the township, in the babs, everywhere. Today we're working with the light box. That's what we're building. And the scope of work was clear and straight to the point. Something clean, something nice. Started with the design, took some inspiration from Mr. Mortar just to get my head in the right space. So the platform I was using to design this was Canva. And you can use anything that you're familiar with, may it be CorelDRAW, Photoshop, or even Canva. I mostly use Photoshop, but it depends on the time that I have and the products that I'm going for. So I got to work with that, went to the internet to find some nice pictures. And I was right on track. The scope of work for this one was straight to the point. Something clean, something nice, something straight to the point. I really want to know, say no more. The design was done, I sent it for confirmation and they were happy. Right after that, we went to get some material. Got some vinyl, some steel bars there, some aluminum as well. For this project, we are working home away from home. Had to source the help of BLK printers. And we'd just like to say shout out to them. Here we had started with the construction of the frame, because nothing beats a solid foundation. So that's what we're working on here. Speto Mr. Lefty Lapayana, gentleman with a couple of years of experience in the signage space, was like, don't you guys worry, I'll make sure you get exactly what is it that you're looking for. And they're working with some heavy equipment there. You don't want to mess around with that. One mistake, you'll be all right. Okay, that's an inside joke. It means one mistake, you mess with that, you lose your left hand and you'll be all right. I'd like to hope that was a good one. But Mr. Lefty there, no pun intended, was well underway. Because this would be a double-sided light box here to build 2 frames, but also just so that we have space inside where we're gonna store our LED. That's why the box had to come out like that. Beautiful, and we were seeing that we're going somewhere. It's always beautiful when something starts to come to life, because then you can feel that we're heading somewhere now. And that was that. The frame is almost done. We're just tidying up the corners. Went on and brought our PVC for light box. This PVC is different from the one that is usually used for printing and banners, because this one is the same color both sides. So the other one is usually black on the other side. So this one is like this because it needs to allow light to go past it. As the word says, it's a light box, so it needs to light somehow. So we get to work putting that onto the frame using ama-pop Revit. Nathi lefty letha lana lento lena ngibonisa ukuthi besenzani thina ngey'khathi zami. Nathi lefty, no, do your thing, my brother. And that was me there. It's always nice to work with someone who understands your vision, someone who's passionate about whatever it is that you guys are working on the same way that you are. And I can say that Mr. Lefty was exactly that. Putting this PVC was really bringing us closer to our final product. Words cannot describe how excited I was. And also you have to make sure that this thing you stretch it as much as you possibly can, because you don't want your light box to be wobbly there. It needs to be clean, it needs to be neat. There's also quite a few other materials that you can use instead of this PVC. There's a Chromatec that you can use, there's a Pepex that you can use as well. Depends on your budget, and also depends on what is it that you are familiar with and what is it that you can work with. Now we started working on the aluminum, which would be the cover, or rather the outline, to make our light box neat and clean. Mr. Lefty went on with doing his thing there, and he made it look so easy. It's also very important to get the correct measurements when it comes to this, because really it is the deciding factor between your work being nice and your work looking otherwise. Ngathi Lefty awulethela awumelele Lefty. And that was me with the grinder there. Held that thing like my life depended on it, because like I said, one mistake, it will be your last mistake. But in my times, this used to be my thing. Ngati one, and everything was coming proper. Obviously, Lefty had to monitor my progress there, otherwise things would go south. We're done with the aluminum. Now we started fitting the LED lights. We'd finished doing both sides of the light box, putting the PVC. So now we had to do the out covers. And when we fitted our light, our LED, it started flickering like this, which really got us worried now that what was happening. But we figured that no man, our power supply didn't allow for as many LEDs as we wanted. So we went on there, had to properly reconnect enough lights. We had to reduce some of them, and here we are. The lights at the end of the tunnel was now starting to happen. We all the time had to keep referencing back on what is it that we are building, so that we don't make any minor mistakes. And soon after that, we had to start installing and bring everything together. And that was me there showing the guys what is it that I'm made of. The installation of the lights, we had to get assistance from Mr. Pat. Whoever Pat is also a very well seasoned individual when it comes to signage. He made sure that this thing is done just the way it needs to be done. And for that, say, wow, cool about the pets. After the lights were sorted and everything was confirmed, we had to go ahead and put our borderline, which is the aluminum. And as that was coming on, you could see that, yeah, no, now we're going somewhere. The pop revit was always there. You needed the pop revit from time to time. Our light box was slowly but surely coming along. Now we had to put in the pole that would be used to put up the light box, and it needed to have some supporting structures that would be tied to the light box, and that is what we're doing there. Ngathi lithani la upopijani mletheni kimi. And everything was coming along just perfect. And just like that, our light box was proper, it was ready. And now we need to start installing the vinyl. Please do catch us on the next one to see and just finalize how everything came around. Thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe, follow us on TikTok, and keep in touch with us on other platforms. Catch you guys on the next one.